I get a lot of flack from the guys I ride with on how clean I keep my bike, so here you go. So Tropical Storm Andrea has been dumping rain on us for the whole week, and I knew it was going to be wet out, but wanted to get out anyway and try out some new camera stuff I have. There's several different entry points into the area I wanted to go, and I tried two and they were both flooded, and kind of went around and thought I could get in on the high side where it's more of a pine scrub type area. And I found this, and it looked pretty good. So I'm cruising along in this stuff, and it actually looks pretty good, and I didn't get too far, and all of a sudden the bike really sunk down. I was on a dry area. There was no standing water, but the bike just kind of stopped, and I looked back and I could see my tires had sunk down into the sand and kind of just stopped the bike, and wasn't too much of a problem, so I kept going. And the next standing water I get to, again, the bike just, literally just stops in its tracks, and this time the mud had just sucked it down. It was almost to the axle, and it wasn't that deep, but man, it was just sucking that tire down. I could not get it to move. I tried rocking it back and forth a couple times. I was trying to get it to roll backwards and was unsuccessful at that. The bad thing about the CRF250 is there's nothing really to grab onto in the back there. The plastic fender doesn't give you much of a hold, and on the other side is the exhaust, which would be hot. I didn't really want to lay the bike down and try and slide the tire over, so I thought, alright, well, I'll just give it a go going forward with standing next to the bike, and that seemed to work okay. But after that, I was thinking I need to get out of here. I was by myself, and I didn't want to get too much further in and really get stuck and then be in trouble. So with the gear back on, I decided to hightail it out of there and go look for higher ground. I found this actually just driving down the road and noticed it behind a church. It's a place I'd never been before. It wasn't too big, but at least it was dry, and it was some kind of tight single track stuff, and you can tell I'm hunting around. I'm actually trying to find my way out of here at this point, I think. I've actually been playing around with the Motion X software for the iPhone. It's a little GPS tracking application, but unfortunately when I went in here I didn't have it turned on, so it wasn't doing the auto tracking. So instead of using the GPS, I'm just looking for my tire tracks to see if I can find my way out of here. I don't think this trail has seen much motorized traffic. It all looks pretty clean. There was some water in here, but it was down low. Luckily it was dry up where I was riding, and I remember passing this lake on the way in, so I think I found my way out. And now it's time to get back on the road, and I guess I'll head on home. So here I am on US 1 heading north at the Indian River. You can see off to the right. Just up ahead here I'm going to actually turn off US 1 and get onto Old Dixie Highway, which is a nicer little 2-lane road without much traffic. While on Old Dixie Highway, I passed this little trail that looked too good to pass up, so thought I'd go check it out. One thing about Florida is whenever you can find a trail without gates and no trespassing signs, it's always a good thing. And here we have what all Floridians love, is this wonderful white sugar sand. I've only ridden the 250 in this stuff. I know people who ride in the bigger bikes in this stuff, and I feel for them. The 250 actually goes through it pretty quick, or pretty easy. Since it's so light, you can kind of let the bike do what it wants and just run through it pretty quickly. So for a new trail, it's got lots of potential. You got trails going off to the left, right. This looks good, going down a power line. Let's see how far it goes. More options here, so I might have to come back and check this out. I'm on a little bit of a time crunch now, so I can't spend too much time out here. I have to be home by noon, but looks like this ends anyway. So maybe next weekend I'll come out this way and explore some of these other routes. But for now, I think I'm gonna head back the way I came and hit the road, and this time not stop and explore any more trails before I get home.